Hey bitch, this is going to be a long one, so I'll be showing less cards, I think, per deck, because I got a lot to go through, because this tub is freaking huge, because this contains a lot, or dare I say most, new decks that I have, and I'm going to start with this one. I've done a little review of this, or sort of a first impressions, on my channel, The Walking Meditations Tarot, by my good friend and tarot Kickstarter mommy, Danielle Norman. And, it's really, really strange, but this deck is probably, look at the backs, this is definitely a contender for deck of the year for me, because it's so special, it's so magical. I have a couple of decks where you're sort of in the card. I have this, I got the Tarot of Oneness in, I have the Spacious Tarot, but there's just such a rawness to this deck. It's so real and in nature that I'm just loving it. I love the way the deck feels as well. I don't know, that this deck is just it for me, honestly. Yeah, it's really, really stunning. Really cool. I really, really like it. I don't see, like, the most people in the world ever talking about this, but there's just something about this deck and its rawness in nature that just, I don't know, really, really gets to me. I love the animal vibes. It kind of reminds me of that Ted Andrews deck, that Animal Speak thing. I think it was called that, but kind of that vibe, but a bit more modern. And I love the whole experience of this. I'm already regretting doing this video because reasons. Up next, this deck, probably my favorite purchase that I made in London, which is weird because this deck only has 26 cards. It's an Oracle deck, the Neuragic Moon Oracle. But somehow, I don't know, it's just stunning. It's very well for a 26 card Oracle deck. You'd think, why is there 26 cards? You know, the creator thought about everything. 13 cards symbolizing the full moon, 13 cards symbolizing the new moon. This is my favorite card, this Origin card. And it's very well-rounded, and the guidebook entries are very scrumptious, and even the art would not normally be my thing per se, because it is kind of that CGI computer-generated 3D art. But I do like it a lot. I like it a lot. I don't know. I've been enthralled with it ever since I took it out of the box, and that hasn't stopped. So I don't know. It's just fabulous. And the backs too. It is on glossy finish cardstock. That's not my favorite. But hey, you can't have it all, can you? Like you can tell, I'm sort of rushing through this. The Ocean Dreams Oracle. Oh, whoops. Sorry, just hit my camera. Won't edit this, though, because I'm lazy. Another deck of the year contender for me. And I have to be honest, when I first saw this, I was like, I follow Danielle Noel, and I see that she's also, like, painting a lot. So I was kind of like, isn't this just more of the same? Oh, my favorite. This is my favorite card with the belugas. Oh. And maybe it is a little bit, but it's just so enthralling, and it's such a usable deck, and it's so well thought out, and the messages are written so well. Like, this to me, I mean, I already knew she could write, but honestly, this to me proves that Danielle Noel doesn't need anyone but herself to create decks. She's such a good writer, as well as designer, and it's just stunning. I honestly want to take a Photoshop course just to be able to create art like this, because it's just stunning. And a lot of people are trying to copy her and hijack that style, but she just is the best at it in the divination world. So, yeah, really good deck, really high quality. Loving the box, loving the book. I love everything about it, and it's just so good. It's so well done. Like, I just adore it. I adore the crap out of it. Now for something I haven't even reviewed yet, and I don't think I'm gonna. The Soul Whispers Oracle Card Deck and Guidebook. Guys, I kid you not when I tell you that I used to hate on this deck so much. These are the backs. This isn't because this is a 33 card Oracle deck. And I always thought, you know, it's just one of those aesthetic decks. It has no depth. It's just cute. It's just a cute witch talk, tarot talk deck for the girls and boys who care about nothing but their aesthetics. And I'm a Taurus, so I love anything slightly, remotely blingy. But there is something about it. This is an affirmation style deck. What I find very often with mass market affirmation style decks is that they're starting to grow a bit tired. But I feel with indie affirmation style decks, which I don't think are the best sellers always, you can really feel the essence, the life force that the creator has put into these affirmations. And this is very much a pick-me-up. This literally is, I mean, duh, that's what affirmations are supposed to do. Well, this is definitely a pick-me-up in the sense of that when I'm down, this is definitely a deck I would reach for. And it's stunning. It's really good. From that same creator, I got, because this is by Dreamy Moons, and I'm not getting their tarot deck because I don't like that. But I also got this, the Cosmic Guidance, which is more of a, less of an affirmation style deck, more of a system, or at least they tried. I mean, still very much about the aesthetics. However, she put, like I said, even with the affirmation deck, there was a lot of thought put into it. However, this is just, this is even better. Even better. Like, it has a little sort of a system with, I don't know, action cards and shit like that. So this has lots of silver foil. The only card I have some gripes with is this one. I feel this is a bit lazy. Just have that silver flame, when I, in fact, have to be honest, and I have to tell you that I really like those pencil illustrations that are in here with the gold foil accents, so, or the silver foil accents. So it's not like the greatest deck ever, but it's a really well-designed deck, and I don't know, I think it's really cute. I've really been enjoying using them, and that's something you will see with a lot of these decks. These aren't all necessarily the most amazing or the deepest or the, but they're decks that bring me joy. Up next, a deck I got from, I bought for a very friendly price from Ingrid, who very frequently watches the lives that Martin and I do, and she actually lives one village over, so one day we decided to meet, and she kind of wanted to get rid of the Lillifer Tarot because it wasn't really her vibe. I like it, but it's not the most usable deck. I would never in my life bring this deck with me to use for clients, and that has to do with the fact that there are like borders and font used on the majors, but not on the minors, and I find it a bit confusing sometimes. And then there are, and that kind of pains me because, you know, like I said, being an indie creator is difficult. When you have to put an erratum in your booklet because of the amounts of mistakes you made in the deck and in the guidebook, I feel like that's a bit of a no-no, especially when you have hundreds of thousands of people investing that much money in your art. What I do like about this creator a lot is that they offer their decks at very fair prices when the quality of the set is phenomenal. It's a really high quality. So yeah, I do like this one a lot. Would I ever use it in a reading for a client? No. Do I like the whole idea around the deck? Yes, it's, you know, it's very much a concept deck, and I do like that a lot. She chose to put it in a tuck box. Not the biggest fan of that, because now I'm going to have to get that back in there. Would have preferred a two-part box. You know, everybody's using the book boxes. Kind of over it. I want the hype to die. They're expensive AF. No. Just give me a neat and nice little two-part box. Something that's not too expensive, but that will last, and that won't like mess up the cards or the guidebook. But yeah, it's cute. But this is definitely, like I said, this is not deck of the year contender for me. Then we have a deck where the deck is kind of missing because it's in a little bag. This is the Dutch version. I got it secondhand. Titania's Star Tarot. You may have seen this. It's like sort of early 2000s-ish. But I feel like it's kind of cute. I don't know. I dig it. I like it a lot. I like the vibe of it. It's sort of like a spirit within tarot, but I like this a bit better. Can I say that? Yes, because it's my channel, my opinions. Up next, my favorite deck of all time, the Threads of Fate Oracle, the first edition, which isn't the first deck I ever got by them. I got the Shadow edition of this very same deck, but then someone offered this deck for a very cheap price online, and I couldn't resist because this first edition is quite different. It's stunning. It has that sort of galactic Photoshop-y feel. I love, for example, this card got changed in the later editions, but I love this so much. But yeah, I think you have all seen it. I love these decks. They are really good. Are they worth their retail price? No. I hate the fact that they price their decks at the price they are priced at. And yeah, I've spoken about that before. But it is the most luxe experience you can get, honestly. And what I also find really, really good is a guidebook. The guidebook to this still blows my socks off every day. The Threads of Fate Shadow Edition Oracle was the first indie Oracle deck I ever got, and it set the bar very high. Let me tell you. This is not that new, but I didn't use it a lot. The Angel Tarot includes a full deck of 78 specially commissioned tarot cards. Whenever you see that on a deck, you know it's a Chico Decks book, and you know that it's going to be, whoops, look at that, my whole decor is falling down, damn. You know that it's going to be a Pip deck, and you know that it's not going to be the greatest deck ever. However, I love it. I just love it. I love Chico books decks, especially this Angel one. I think it's dope as hell. I think the pips look neat. I love the keywords on the cards. They make me think. And yeah, the pip design isn't the best, but it's not the worst either. I mean, I've seen worse. And I do really like these cards a lot. And they're very affordable sets. I feel like these make great gifts for, you know, the tarot lover in your life as a neat stocking stuffer. And I don't know, I really like these illustrations a lot. So yeah, that's a really cute deck. And you know what? I also very often enjoy the little guidebooks that they put in with these, with those Chico books decks. I think those are really cute as well. So yeah. Up next, a deck that I got from a friend of mine, from Reese, Lennox Reese, over at Hello Ivy Lee. The Coastal Curiosities is a very cool, vintage-looking symbol-style deck on linen cardstock, which is to die for. The colors are so vibrant, and Once again, another deck of the year contender, and not because they're my friend. It's because they are fucking good at creating decks. It's just really good, y'all. Like, honestly, really, 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 really well designed. They're working on a tarot deck now, which I really like, but I'm not really in the market for another tarot deck. I'm kind of done with buying new decks until I find one that, like, really, really, really blows my socks off. I feel like the last tarot deck to actually do that is probably, and it wasn't instant, but that was probably that Walking Meditation Tarot by Danielle. And that wasn't an instant thing. But this is really cool, usable, cool keywords, interesting symbolism. I really like the way they designed the guidebook. Yeah, that's a really good guidebook design. I like the box. I love the little bag I got with it. It's just stunning. Stunning. Ooh, this is going to be a long video, y'all. I have to hurry up. So this is that Karen K messages from the Mermaids deck. Probably one of the prettiest looking mermaid decks on the market. This actually belongs in my mermaid crate, but I use this so much that, because most of the decks in here were actually downstairs, and I recently moved them upstairs. What is a bit lacking in this deck, and I feel like that happens with a lot of the more old school style Hay House, because this isn't an old deck, but the old school Hay House very much is like sort of divided now into, hey, we're contracting these indie creators and publishing them, and we still want to pander to the Doreen virtue-loving angel card ladies from way back in the 90s. And I feel like very often with their more old school, new agey decks, it's very often pretty art and a good keyword or a good key message. But there's not really a strong concept behind it. Because this could have been fairies, this could have been unicorns, this could have been, I don't know, gnomes. You know, there's nothing mermaidy about this deck aside from the fact that there's a mermaid on every card, if you get what I'm saying. Doesn't make it a bad deck, though. It's a really good, usable set of keywords, and I like it a lot. But I'm going to keep this separate because this can go into my mermaid crate, which I've already shown off once, so I'm not going to do that for this collection. Up next, the Empty Cup Oracle by Stasia Burrington. Cute. That's all I have to say about it. It's cute. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's symbols. I like the symbols that were chosen. I think it's cool. The cardstock is very luscious, very good quality. I love the back design. I feel like Stasia Burrington is a good graphic designer. I just hate the way she draws people, so I will never get anything from her that has humans on there. But I really do like this. It's cute. It's not a life-changing deck, and I think she knows that too. And what I also don't like is that there's sort of this like heightened bottom in the box to make the deck look bigger than it is, because it's only 40 cards, which is not a lot. Ooh, the Energy Archaeology Oracle. Printed by the same printer as my deck. Yay. I love that. Really cool box. Yeah, oh man, I love this card finish, y'all. It's so good. So this has to do with all your parts of the body, all the bones and all the energy that flows between them and how that works. And it's a really cool, dope as hell looking deck. The guidebook is really good. You could use it straight out of the box without any knowledge, but once you open up that guidebook, there's no way back because it's just that good. And this is a really, really interesting deck. This is what I like to see in my indie oracle decks, where it's layers upon layers upon layers of loveliness, and it's just amazing. It's really good. I was just checking to see if I'm still kind of doubting the finish for my upcoming tarot deck, because I love the rose petal, but I also love this, that buttery matte. So it's a cute deck, y'all. Cute deck. Ooh, the You Are Here Oracle deck. A really, really, really dope indie oracle. Oh man, but this cardstock is nice too. Man, cardstock choices and this gilding. I love it. So dope. Really, really usable. I think I'm sort of going to create a collection of the more photo collage decks that I have, because they just look so good together. And oh man, I don't know, there's such a wild and sensual energy to this deck, and I just love it. I love that we get a title, sort of a little sentence, and then a couple of keywords, and there's just so much building you can do, literal world building with this deck. It's amazing. It's really good. She's all sold out. She's running a Kickstarter later this year for a love oracle. That's for love readings, and I hate love readings, but I may actually pick that up because it looks really good, and if it's as well constructed as this, and that is where you'll be able to order a copy of this as well. So keep an eye out for that. Oh man, this video is gonna take too long. It's gonna take so long. The Ad Orbita, a tarot deck that's all about the planets, from the plants to the planets, basically. Comes with a little pamphlet, which I can appreciate. I can really appreciate it when an author creates a guidebook that's just this. Just a little fold-out sheet, and the information contained in it is worth more to me than any other stupid full-size guidebook I've ever read. I like that a lot. A lot of tarot beginners make the mistake of buying a Layla and Olive deck because they look really cool and vintage and aesthetically pleasing, and hashtag witchtalk, hashtag I'm famous now. But their decks are difficult to use unless you have a good understanding of the tarot. But I thought it was purely aesthetic and that there was no rhyme or reason behind the imagery. But little did I know there actually is. So this deck actually has a really strong concept, and which they managed to convey through just that one sheet of paper I just showed you. So that, I think, is an art in itself. Some of the card designs do look a bit samey sometimes, but I don't really mind that. I love this deck. I love the cardstock. Once again, this is that buttery matte, which does feel very enticing, but I just have this soft spot for a soft touch rose petal finish matte, especially from the printer where I print my decks, because they have a non-sticky variant. Up next. Ooh, it's a little bag. Oh, I already know what's in here, and I love it. This is from Wickwood Oracle. They create these really cute decks. They're very cute little stocking stuffers. You get some instruction cards here, which is very handy. And then you get these really cool Lenormand style, symbol style cards. And this is the Tattooed Lady Oracle, which is ever so cool. You know, they have this like knack for cool vintage stuff. You can check them out. I think they're still on Etsy. I'm not sure. But they are really, really, really cool. They create cool stuff. I like their stuff a lot. It's just fun, you know? Up next, the Energy Oracle cards. Oh, man. Probably, and we're, you know, like, I talk about decks very often, not just about the aesthetics, which I feel like a lot of tarot people, you know, do. But I also talk about, you know, the actual, like, value of a deck when it comes to usability, keyword systems. This is probably the best Oracle deck Hay House has ever released. This is an early Sandra Ann Taylor deck illustrated by Jenna Della Grottalia. And I love it. I just love it. I think it's so good. I use this a ton, guys. Like, it's super cool. I love it. The reason why I got it, because it's an Oracle deck that has a ton of guys in there. You can sense that Sandra Ann Taylor has a lot of affinity with tarot as well, because there is definitely some tarot-looking stuff in here. But it's really that mixture of systems, tarot, Lenormand. It's all in here, and it's really good. And it does look a bit dated now, let's be honest, but this is, to me at least, a mainstay in my collection. What's this? Martin gifted me this, the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Linn. I don't like Denise Linn's style that much, and I feel like I can say that. I mean, we all have our preferences when it comes to our authors and our creators. However, what Denise is very good at is creating a very usable deck. She has a knack for picking good usable keywords, and depending on the influence I'd like to believe she has when it comes to the creation process of her decks, she builds neat worlds. Her decks are little fantasy worlds that, you know, I would like to live in. Even if sometimes it does look a bit like the PlayStation 1 demo with the dinosaur CGI. But it's cool. It's cool. It's a really cool deck. Hay House have been very messy with their cardstock lately. This is once again on with a different finish, more of a UV matte finish, which I like. Sometimes they have that Blue Angel-esque buttery matte, but not quite, and sometimes it's just plain old cardboard without a pour. They need to get, for a company that specializes in card decks, they need to get their shit together. But you know, y'all keep buying it, so they're probably never gonna. Up next, the Visconti Di Modron Tarot, the museum quality edition. Oh, this is a beast. Comes with a really thick book, all about the history. I can't even show you these cards like full screen because they are huge. They are gigantic. So I'm gonna put them straight back into the box. But they are stunning, 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 stunning. Look at these lovers. Look at these lovers. I mean, come on. People very often ask me, do you shuffle these? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm kind of thinking about getting the Sola Busca Museum Edition as well. A friend of mine, Finn, bought that in Amsterdam. And I listened to this really fascinating podcast, Divination and Coffee, which is more of the kind of the Thinking Man's divination podcast. And that podcast kind of interested me in it, whereas I never really used to be that interested in it. Up next, the Diva Tarot, the Diva Tarot, by Piotnik. Thick as hell deck. Look, this is how thick it is. It's as thick as 10 iPhones stacked on top of each other. It's really cool. Oh, it's a bit too much down here, I feel, but whatever, you can see it. Really, really cool, but crazy deck, but really dope. I mean, so they're all in these like die cut vignettes almost. The backs are stunning. I've done a really extensive review on this. When you see this and you're like, ooh, I'm interested in it, go look at that. I paid quite a hefty amount of money for it. And then a couple weeks ago on the Dutch marketplace, I saw someone selling it for like 30. So I was like, wish I would have waited. The Dutch marketplace eBay website is really good. You can find really neat things there. Up next, not in its original box because I accidentally mutilated it. One of my favorites, the Art Nouveau Tarot deck. Out of print, stunning, camp as fuck, 80s as fuck, adorable. I love it. This is really neat. It's a really neat little pocket deck. I use this to read for people a ton. Actually, this hasn't really been out on my reading table a lot lately. The aces, look at these aces, man. It's stylistically a really interesting little set where we kind of follow these couples in these suits, and they're kind of like, you kind of like see them in this love story, and it's really interesting. I honestly wish the rights have gone back to the author, but I honestly wish US Games would do a tarot in a tin version of this, because, you know, online, this one goes for a lot of money. The Aetheri Tarot Cards by Radley Valentine, and formerly also by Doreen Virtue. I got this and was extremely disappointed that it wasn't as pretty as the Dutch version, because the Dutch version is borderless. I have shown that on my channel a lot. I did reorder these a couple weeks ago because I wanted to, because that's fun. But it is a really cute deck. It's kind of Christmassy. It's kind of, you know, and it's, whenever like winter comes around, I get into this Radley Doreen mood, and I just want to exclusively work with their decks. Yeah, kind of love it, kind of love it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. But it is, you know, it's so off of its time. I can't believe that you can still buy this, like, and that people still buy these when there's so many like better looking decks. But I don't know, I just think it's a special little set. Oh, this one. Okay, this is the 2 of the 4 Saint Jinx Magic and Muscles, I feel like it's called, Oracle deck. So I combined them into one big deck. Thank God these are the not X-rated versions, because I didn't jive too well with the X-rated work. It's cute. All of the cards are kind of sort of representing an archetype, and I kind of tried using them intuitively, but then I started reading the guidebook sometimes, and I felt like the actual meaning was a bit more different than what was represented in the deck. I do feel that the not X-rated versions are, you know, are very cool, and yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's cute, but I don't know. I don't use it that much. I have it in this bag, so that's handy. It all fits in there, or at least I like to think it does. Yeah, it's a pretty good quality bag, honestly. It's a Julius Tarot bag. Julius and I don't really speak anymore. We had a bit of a falling out, which, you know, can happen. But I have to say, because I could be bitchy about it, but his tarot bags, honey, the quality is really good. They're double lined and just really good bags. The Persian Tarot by Madame Indira. Haven't really unraveled the secrets of this yet, but it is really cool. Oh, it's upside down. Whoops. It's really dope. It has a really cool system. It has a really cool look as well. So colorful. But it is a bit intimidating. But, you know, one day I will get into it. I mean, but it's a really cool fortune-telling style deck. And I love that there's so much negative space and such bold colors. And I love that I have a version with an English guidebook, even though it is a little white book, but it's still amazing, and I just love it. Up next, Sacred Signs by my good friend Asterin from a couple towns over. have to be honest, I barely use this deck. Willem loves it. Willem always loves anything that has sacred geometry and bright colors. It's really cool. It's just that with the way my deck usage is very tied to my photos that I take. And for some reason, this deck just doesn't photograph the best. But it is done really well. It is made really well. It's absolutely stunning. It's just that it doesn't photograph the greatest. But the production quality of this set is amazing. It's really good. And I just loved the fact that it was a Dutch guy who created this. The Unshakable Inner Peace cards. I got these from Martin, and they're so good. Honestly, I feel like y'all are sleeping on this. It's a really interesting photo collage-y, Photoshop-y Oracle deck, dope guidebook, dope imagery, very young, very modern. Oh, whoops. I don't know what's going on here, but it's probably just a couple cards that are... It's just really cool, really interesting, cute messages, makes you think, looks good, stunning, really cool set. Published by Sounds True Publishing. Kind of got to check out what else they have published because they're dope. And then we have probably one of the greatest mass market tarot decks to have. Like, if there's going to be another Dreams of Gaia, count me in. Hell yeah. Because I really like what a lot of people are like, I don't like what she did and it's not tarot anymore. Yes, it is, bitch. It's still tarot. It's just different. It's still 78 cards. It's just, you know, how is the Witch's Wisdom tarot and how is this not tarot? Because it is. It's really good. It's amazing. I love her art. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She looks like Linda Evangelista. She's a model. Are you smiling? Did you stone those tights? Everything. I love it. I love it. I used to use it a ton. Nowadays, especially during the whole COVID period, I used it a lot because I had time. This deck kind of requires a lot of your time, and that's something that I don't have a lot of right now. We're going back into the Friends department. The Seeking Soul Tarot by Ola. Really cool. Let's see. Alexandra, my Polish friend from the UK. Once again, this is on that buttery matte finish. I do love it a lot. This is a very much a Rider-Waite clone, but I don't mean that in a bad way. It's a good one. It's a really interesting one. I love it. Tons of diversity. I love that there's a gay lovers in there. I mean, stunning. It looks really cool. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if this gets picked up. So she did a Kickstarter and it failed, and I was like, what the hell? What the hell? How? And then she did another one, and she did it, baby. So, and I'm the lucky person to have one of the prototypes, which I think is really dope. And I love this deck. It's really good. And she's just an amazing person, an amazing, sweet, kind person. The backs. Look at the fucking backs. Like, wow. Amazing. It's a style that I really like, and that I wish I could do as well as her. I'm jealous, bitch. Up next, the Tarot of Oneness by Robin Voicey, who did my box design for the Brother to Brother Oracle. I did do all the assets for her, and then she brought it all together. So this is one of those newer decks where you are also in the place of, you know, like you're kind of in the point of view of the card. you know, it looks cute. I didn't do a full review of this yet. I don't know if I'm gonna. But yeah, Robin is really sweet. She's helped me a lot. And I was really happy to be able to support her in her Kickstarter as well. Because, you know, like, I can't always promise that I'm going to support every Kickstarter of every tarot friend. But I do, I like to try, you know, even if I can't, like, support for the full deck or the full experience. Look at that Inspiration of Wands, really cute. I do still like to at least donate a couple dollars, you know? So that's cute. And I saw that it was really popular and it's already selling out. So, yay, go Robin. Yay. Let me get that back into the box. Are you guys tired of me yet? Because I would be. Another friend, my tarot sister, Haley, the Divine Arts Tarot Kickstarter edition, including a really cute foil on the insides, which I didn't even know was like a Kickstarter exclusive thing. Yeah. Sweet, sweet deck. Really cool. Love it. Really hope this gets picked up for a mass market release, because I feel like publishers have been sleeping a lot on original releases and have been, I mean, it's a business, so of course they're going to go for the numbers, but they've been going for the numbers a bit too much, you know, like, but it's a really cool deck, and I love that it's pippish, and it's so very magical, and I love the suit of wreaths, and stunning. So many sexy guys in there as well. I love that. Especially if you're watching, Haley's brother is hot as fuck. So, yeah. Don't know if he's into men, but Haley, if he's ever up for a good spit and polish, let me know. Another friend, Rachel, from the Wandering Moon Tarot. Rachel is so cool. So, I have to be honest, usually I'm not the biggest fan of people doing 20,000 editions of the same deck. But this is exactly the edition of the deck that I wanted, because this black and holographic really does it for me and brings the deck to life in ways the other version, even though I do like that one as well, never had. This hollow, for some reason, struck a chord with me. It's like looking at magic right in front of your eyes, and you can see it in the camera. I mean, come on. Really stunning. Another one where I'm like, publishers, look at this. This is the stuff that sells, you know? Like, buy it. Make a good offer. What's in here? Oh, I think that this is actually the... yeah, this is the Titania Star Tarot. So I already showed the book, but it's kind of this Spirit Within-esque affair, only a couple years before Spirit Within existed. I think it's really cool. I love using this. I love taking this with me on the go. It's a great reader. There's really cool symbolism in there, and it's dope. It's dope as hell. How many minutes are we in? Oh my gosh, and we still have so many decks to go. Like, it's disgusting, honestly. This one I don't like. The Oracle of the Sacred Light Oracle. I think Anna Stark has done some pretty cool sets for Rockpool Publishing. This is not one of them. Especially the stock photoness of it all. I tried doing some Daniel Knowles style art myself, and I downloaded, you know, cool like stock photos, and of course this guy, we see him everywhere. He gets used so often, and I wonder if he's even aware of it. Yeah, I don't know. This is not my favorite ever, but it's cute. It's cute. But I prefer the other one a bit more. The other one that Martin got me. Pastel Unicorn did a very cool long-ass review of this on the channel, so I'm not going to be showing this. You just need to look that up. The Threadbound Oracle, Cedar McLeod. Not my favorite artist. Love this book style box though. Like, this is cool box design. Like, what the hell? If you're gonna do a book box, do it like this with the Ex Libris inside. Like, oh damn, so sexy. This has a majors and minors system. It is very much an oracle though, where the majors represent the story elements and where the minors kind of represent the literal creation of the book in the physical world. So the thread, the paper, and what else do we have again? And the ink. So it's really sweet, and I really like this, and I should really use this more. Like, but you know, when you, I mean, I should also stop beating myself up over not using this enough or not using that enough. You know, when it needs to be used, it'll get used. Oh, the box for the Art Nouveau Tarot. A random ass peppermint, chocolate peppermint unicorn. Oh, it's so sweet. Let me put that with the rest of my little unicorns behind me. The Jaeger Tarot of Meditation in a beaten up box. Like, oh, such a classic. I know Martin doesn't like this, but I do. It's very 70s. Very pippish. Very gay. You can smell the poppers when looking at the deck. You know, you don't even have to literally smell the deck. You can already experience the sensation of poppers while looking at it. So it is really cool. I love the minimal backs, and I'm really glad I got this. Another one where I'm like, come on, US Games. You know, we don't need the Stoller Tarot in a tin. Like, where the fuck did that even come from? We need this in a tin, you know? The Heal Yourself Reading Cards by Ina Siegel. Such a funny deck. The drama of it all. This is a deck for shadow work, you know, like, oh my gosh. It's really cute. I love that they're fucking in the sky. This is a really depressing deck, but I do like it. I like the arts. I like the dark themes. And, you know, she, like, tried. Of course, you know, oh man, I've mentioned this before, but why does the Courage card have to have a male on it? You know, like, it's very stereotypical, very exoticizing different cultures as well, a little bit. I don't know. It's not Rockpool's greatest endeavor, but the campiness of it really, really excites me. Let's see if I can put this back immediately. Then we have the Saints and Mystics by Andres and Garcia, another camp as hell deck, where all the Saints and Mystics, you know, Saints and Mystics have different card backs. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but all the Saints and Mystics look like they want to bang. They look like they're ready for a really hot orgy. Did I separate the men and the women in the deck? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, fun. There's a lot of guys in here. Look at that sexy Saint Joseph holding that baby. Or that Saint Sebastian. Woof. Like, really, really cute. There is a lot of, like, male imagery in the deck, which I do like. We don't see a lot of that. So, this is actually a really cute, usable set. But once again, it's a little gaudy and a little glitzy. Same goes for, oh my gosh. Same goes for the Angel Reading cards. This is such a hoot, this deck, bitch. This is so fucking funny. The Angel Reading cards. We get the Angel of... You know, these are all very hot angels. These angels want to fuck as well. Like, they're down to fuck. And we also get the angel of, bullying, and we get the angel of parking, and you know, it's cute. I don't know, but it is a bit. So this is all, you know, all these older rock pool decks in these big ass boxes. They are, you know, when Rockpool kind of started doing decks, and, you know, once again, not their finest moment. Ooh, yeah, this one's actually pretty cool. The Extraordinary Oracle, 3rd edition, which I bought from the creators, and it came with free grease stains on almost every card. Not just kidding, but this is really cute, hand-printed, hand-cut Oracle deck. Very symbol-y, which I do like. Based on symbols, half-ass TV dinner. So you can use this as a free flow reading deck. And I think it's really good. They have another one, which I do own, but I feel like there's a lot of cool, potent energy in this deck. So, yeah. You hold the cards together with an elastic band, because that's exactly how the deck came. I think that's really cute. And it's a really cool little witchy tool. Had I known that it would have been on literal, like, printer paper almost, I probably wouldn't have bought it, but hey, you know? The Autonomic Tarot is a majors only and then some deck from Rough Trade. Martin gifted me this, and it's so cool. Like, it's really, really dope. So the backs look like an aneurysm, and then you get cards for each suit, and then the majors. It's really dope, really cool, really awesome art style, and I like it a lot. It's really, really fun. You know, dope, dope, dope. Like, love, love, love. I did hear that the artist is going to be working on a full version of this deck. How exciting. Are we almost done here? I feel like we almost are. The Anubis Oracle. This is another, and the book's not even in here because I was reading it. This is a majors only and then some as well, which I feel like is really, really cool. Really cool, interesting book that comes with this as well. If you're into cool Egyptian stuff. It is a bit expensive, though. Have to be honest about that. It is a bit on the pricier side for what you get. I love these backs. And it is a bit... dated, I should say. You know, you can tell by those, you know, huge-ass borders and that drawing style that hasn't been popular for the longest time. But, so it is, you know, but I don't know, it's so, the book is so cool, and when you use the deck, it works really well, and I don't know, like, it's a really dope set, honestly. And then, I have 2 more to go. Oh, the guidebook for the Star Child is in here, and some postcards. Okay, let me grab all this shit. This is the Magical Dimensions Oracle cards by Light Star. Ridiculous deck, guys. But, you know, very new agey, very much about, you know, Light Star is a 3D artist. It's very much about ascension and ugly fonts and word art, and but I like it. Don't judge me. I find this so charming. Then we have this random is this supposed to be a girl with a goatee? I don't know. Yeah, but this deck is ugly as hell, y'all. But I like it, and I don't want to be judged. I like using it. What in the PlayStation 3? I love these Nazi aliens. I don't know, you know, those Aryan Third Reich looking Commander Ashtar aliens, I think. Look at that. Yeah, it's a really dumb deck, but I do love it. Let me put some shit back now because I'm going to have to clean this up. And then last but not least, Tarot that Tides, a Fournier deck released last year, I think. Fournier decks are nice because they're rather small. This is really cool though. This is another one that I use a lot, especially with client readings. It's easy for me to take with me on the go. It's stunning. It's a really cool and good deck. And look at this Midsommar looking chick, Queen of Wands. I mean, she's not wrong. But this is just it's so well made. Look at this Midsommar looking guy, King of Cups. So yeah, it has this vintagey look, but it is very of the now. And yeah, this is one. Like, with a lot of these decks, I do know why they were downstairs, because a lot of these, like, crappier Oracle decks and really good indie Oracle decks, they were downstairs because I did this really long-ass video about, you know, why people think Oracle decks are crappy and what constitutes a good Oracle deck according to me. And then there are a lot of, like, gifts or great readers that I keep downstairs. So, I think I did pretty well. We're still under an hour. Thank you for watching, even if you watched it in chunks, and bye, bitch.